Hi and welcome. Now let me just talk to you a little bit about lens adapters. Now I showed you the C-mount lens possibilities. So the possibilities to mount lenses that have C-mount. This one is an M42 mount to Canon EOS M. Now another adapter that will allow us to use vintage lenses on a Canon EOS M camera is this one. This is an FD towards EOS M or EFM mount. Now another adapter that I have had used on the Canon EOS M is this one. So this one I just have mounted inside of a ring because the vintage lenses that I used were too heavy. And I just found this way better to mount on a tripod because of the heaviness of the vintage lenses. Because vintage lenses generally, almost all of them are heavy metal. So they are really metallic and not plasticky and cheap. So this mount, it's an MD. This is an MD mount to EOS M. And as I told you, this way I was able to mount really heavy lenses. Why I'm talking about heavy lenses? Because of this. This is extremely heavy. This is a Canon. This is a Canon lens, and this is a 80-200. Now I love this lens a lot because this lens is starting from exterior, from the extension 80 and goes back to 200. That means that if I'm opening to a 3.5 aperture, starting from 18 to until 200, the aperture will be constant. It will remain at 3.5. So 200 at 3.5 in zooming is just amazing. Look at this. Because this is a tube kind of zooming. This is a wonderful zooming system. I will put in the description box below footage that I have recorded with this one, testing out the zooming, and I found it just beautiful. But this is a heavy lens. So this one definitely needed an adapter, a tripod kind of mount, because this small body wouldn't sustain this heavy lens, because this is a very heavy lens. And I used it a lot, this one, because I enjoyed the compression of the image and the way I could zoom from 18 to 200 in a constant, lossless aperture, fixed aperture, like putting it at 3.5 from 200 until 18, or from 18 to 200, it remained constant light. So it doesn't darken when I go from 18 to 200, as generally other lenses do. And there's a huge, large lenses that you can mount on this one. For example, another zoom lens, again from Canon. This is starting from 35 and goes out to 105. And it has even macro capabilities. And this has macro capabilities also. So it's beautiful. Yeah. So it's a very cool and nice lens, also vintage lens. And another one, I'll give you some examples. This one, again, from Canon, right? And this one is a 28 millimeter, starting from the aperture from 2.8. This one also, it's a really cool vintage lens, a 28 millimeter vintage lens. And then a lens that I love extremely. It's heavy, great glass, really sharp, a lens 50 millimeters Makinon again, that goes down the aperture to 1.4, f1.4, the 50 millimeters. This is just great. I love this lens and I'm using a lot. So you can see with the MD adapter to Canon EOS M, also we have a lot of lenses that we can mount on it. And this is really great